Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Bodies and a build finale of the Ford 29 Model A Roadster from Revell. I have to say that this was one of the most fun builds that I have done in a very long time. I've never done a kit before with a blower on it, and a little bit of challenges that just because I didn't know what to do with it, but thank goodness for Google. Let's start out with the interior. I did a white and black. Well, the whole car is pretty much black. And then I did a white highlight on the interior. And I used the second steering wheel in there. But what's important on this thing is we lit it. You know, we got the headlights lit. And let me show you how I hid these things. Because I had a bunch of people ask questions. I'm using a toenail clipper just because it's good metal on here. And what I did is I put a rare earth magnet on the back seat and one down below, and I'm using this one here just to drag that forward just enough to where I can get my hands on it and pull it up out of the way. And inside is my T-light that I gutted out with a battery and a switch and all that. Wired the wires, I'll show you them in a second here. So let's tuck that back out of the way. Put the seat back in. See, here's the one tiny rare earth magnet that I used on the bottom. And then the seat has this thickness. So what I did is I glued another small one onto the seat. And focus. And then I got three other ones stacked up just to take up the height. And then this is the one that I have that I use to drag the seat away from the fire or the back wall here. And it just goes in. I put it up close, and it sticks. How cool is that? I had a comment. I love your comments, suggestions, and everything. This was one of the suggestions I got, and I'm going to look it up, and I'll put a thank you right here for who told me to do this rare earth magnet thing, and I got enough of them to where I'm going to use these a lot. I can see all kinds of cool stuff that you can do with them. So anyhow, let's flip this bad boy over, and I'll show you where I ran the wires. And this was, I did a build or a how to wire video, but I just ran the wires down underneath the chassis and into the bed or into the trunk on both sides. I kind of made them disappear a little bit, painting them with the Tamiya's flat aluminum. Up top here, I painted them with gloss black just to make them go away. Easy peasy. I mean, it was like an hour video that I made on how to light these headlights. But if you were doing it without making the video, I bet you could do it in about 45 minutes or half an hour. We got our hot rod magazines in here. I just printed those out. This is going to be in the 1969. So I got a 1969 Ohio plate. I'm calling this one the Shadow. I just thought that was a good one. Let's go through some of the cool stuff on here. The tires are outstanding. I did not put the beauty rings on because I just wanted to show off these the baby moons and the black rims. I thought that's perfect for this. I left all the chrome on here. Did not dip anything, didn't remove any chrome. Because I wanted to show this thing off. You're going to spend the money on a blower. I mean, the belt itself is going to cost you about $350 for a blower. I found that out online, looking up blower stuff, and I could not believe it. But I'll never have a blower. This is the closest I'll ever have to the hot rod anyhow. But I added filters inside the scoop. The linkage on this side. On this side, I added the fuel rails. I added the dipstick for the transmission. This is an automatic transmission car. I added the dipstick up front. Here, let me point these out. They disappear. Here's the dipstick for the oil. Here's the dipstick for the transmission. Comes up around here where you can get to it. I also added alternator wires for this thing, and the spark plug wires kind of disappear underneath here. Spark plug wires. The starter wires. Spark plug wires I just ran across and then around the header rail to disappear. I did play around with some Tamiya's clear blue and blued a little bit of the headers. I tried it here where all these would come in and this would be blue, but I didn't like it. This is as good as it's going to get there. I did do the knuckle right here on the blowout, both sides. This is a fun car to build, very fun car to build. The chrome, what I did is I took Quick Shine and some Tamiya's flat base, and I did it to where I was going to paint it on, so I probably had maybe, I don't know, 15 drops of Quick Shine to 3 drops of the Tamiya's flat base, and that flat base is X21. And I went over all the chrome with that just to dull it down just enough to where it doesn't look toyish. And I think it did a really, 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 really good job of that. The taillights are just the Tamiya's clear red over top of the chrome that was already there. Dashboard's just the stock dash. I painted the chrome trim around it just to give it some life. I was going to do white, and I thought, man, that's just too much white in there just blasting at you. But there is the kid. We had to put a Fram oil filter on there. Like I said, this thing was awesome to build. The suspension in the back went together fantastic. The front suspension was zero drama. The only thing is, on the front, I found that these tires with those metal pins, it was tight, very tight. I got the one in, and I was really nervous I was going to snap the knuckle off right at the spindle off. So what I did with this one is I put a little bit of dish soap and water, and I put just a tiny drop of it on there, and I pushed it on with that, and that seemed to work much better. I did the same thing with the back, and they went on a lot easier. I actually did ream these out just a smidge with my Dremel reamer. I don't know if it helped or not, but they went on without anything splitting. The exhaust is flat aluminum, and then I went over it just real lightly with the Tamiya's red or rust weathering, just very light, just to change the color of it because I didn't want all that flat aluminum and stack it on top of each other. I used Tamiya's panel liner on all the chrome joints. It just gives a little bit of division between, like right here where this piece comes into this piece. You put a drop on there, and it gives it that little ring and just makes it stand out just a little bit more. Same with the whole front end. I did every single piece of this, just the littlest little amount you can get on there, and it made a huge difference. Same with the ribs on top and on the valve covers. And I'm telling you, the next time I do this, because I'm falling in love with these kits, they're almost like an addiction now. But the next time I do this, I want to do the black again with a brown interior. But with all these ribs, I think I'm going to come over them with the Tamiya's the clear red. I think that'll look really sharp and give it a breakout. And then maybe I'll do red line tires or the big white walls and do something like that with it, just so I don't have a bunch of the same car. The one I have ordered is the 1930 Coupe, and basically it's the same kit, a little bit different interior in there. I'm going to have, since I did the high boy on this one, the low boy or the channeled 30 Coupe has almost like a torn down interior where it's all gapped. There's no padding in there. They made it to where it looks like it's lightened up. I'm going to use the interior that was set for the channeled version of this in that car. The channeled seat and the paddings. I'll use their dash and everything. but I can get away with it to where I can still tuck in that gutted out tea light in the back. With the one that they on the 30, it's all opened up back here, and you'd be able to see it behind the seats. So that's the reason why I'm doing that, is so I can keep this lighted cars going. So here's this one, and I think it goes really well with its cousin, the 32. So let me pop the top here real quick. Sorry about the jerk here, and me holding the camera wrong. But there's the two of them together, and I love it, and I want that third one. I really do. But here, let me jump in. We're already 10 minutes into this. Let me jump into the pictures and music. I want to thank you for all your comments and everything, and you all have a great day.